Alright guys, some of you had questions about this LiPo battery that we were testing a couple nights ago. This is not really LiPo, this is like probably lithium cobalt oxide. We don't know the exact chemistry of this, but this is an automotive grade pouch cell. And so we didn't know anything about it when we tested it, and it gave us 600 amps. Now I've actually tested the capacity and it's 45 amp hours. And it gave us 600 amps, right? So that is 15C, but we believe that this is actually a 20C pouch because it wasn't fully charged when we tested it. Now that it's fully charged, I want to test it again. All right, we have it rigged here. This meter gives you 2-to-1 ratio. So if we see 400 amps there, it'll be actually 800 amps. All right, do it. Where did it go?
350.
350. All right, do it again. So there you go. This cell at 45 amp hours will give us 700 amps. So this is a 15C pouch cell, automotive grade, which is great because when you compare them to the Tesla modules, these ones, because of the way they're put together with all the fuses, each individual cell has a 20 amp fuse, right? And I tested that, you know, a year and a half ago. And so if you add all the fuses, the 20 amps, right, 330 cells, then you could only get 350 amps off of this module here. And so that makes this modules a 6.3C max. At that point, your fuses are starting to go. So these guys here are almost about the same size and weight as this. They come in little modules. The crazy thing is that, of course, that they can do a whole lot more current. And so you can have a tiny little, you know, pack, and you can drive a car. In fact, we're gonna do that later on this week. Okay, tomorrow what I want to do with this guy is I want to overcharge it. I want to charge it to 5 volts, and I want you guys to guess what's gonna happen and how long is it gonna take for it to happen. Is it gonna blow up, or is it just not gonna do anything? Is it gonna stay there? Maybe it's gonna like inflate or whatever, or swell up or something. Maybe it's gonna explode and, you know, shoot fire or whatever. But we have 5-volt power supplies that can output 16 amps, and that's what I'm gonna charge this battery. Right now it's fully charged, right? I mean, we discharged a little bit by testing it or whatever, but tomorrow we're gonna take it outside and then we're gonna put one of these 5-volt supplies, and then we're just gonna let it go. Alright, a little update on the Gia. We are 5 days into this project right here. We still haven't started the conversion. The first 3 days was removing the old equipment, you know, removing the engine, taking the gas tank off, you know, doing all that nonsense. Then this week what we started doing is taking care of the 12-volt wiring. So this car had a lot of issues with the 12-volt wiring. It's just old and it had been, you know, messed with, and all the spades on the wiring were like loose, and it had cables that didn't go anywhere, and so a lot of issues. Some of the lights didn't work. Finally we're to the place where everything works, and you know, it doesn't look like just a rat's nest right there. We still have to clean this up right here. This is brake fluid. There were some hoses that go here and they were leaking. This is where a battery pack is gonna go, so once we put a battery pack here, it's hard to get to that. You still kind of see it, but it's hard to get to it. And so we went through the wiper motor and all this other stuff. It's just this car is gonna get a lot of work done, so you know, it's got to be done right, and that's what we're doing. So here 5 days into it and we still haven't started doing the conversion. We're starting doing little things. So we'll started drilling the holes where the cables and the gland nuts are going to go. So of course we're going to shoot in all the steps of the conversion so that there's a very detailed and step-by-step video. You guys will be surprised at how fast the actual EV conversion moves. Doing all this stuff, that's the stuff that takes the longest. All the cleaning up and degreasing and removing and fixing all like the problems in the electrical system, that stuff takes a long time. The actual conversion, the installation of the new equipment, that goes like quick, and you guys will see that in the video. By the way, guys, here are the 2 bendy pots that we're using to shoot this video that we're doing, that we're working on. But don't forget that we're still taking pre-orders. We need to sell 300 of this, and we only have about 100 of them sold at this moment. And so go to this link right here, and if you're interested in getting one of these or interested in helping us make these things happen, make them a reality, you do so by placing a pre-order at Jack 35. So go do it. And to everyone that's done it already, thank you. We appreciate it. You guys are awesome. Alright, it's the next morning, 9 o'clock, and we are going to overcharge the cell to 5 volts. Here we go. We're using this charger. 5 volts, 16 amps into that cell. How long will it last? Your guess is as good as mine. Today we're going to show you how to install a chill plate. First thing to do, we have to clean both surfaces. Alright, so the next step is to apply the silicone.
Black high performance RTV silicone.
Mounting to that controller. Let the